Hi everyone, and welcome to WGU episode 6. I'd like to start off this video by apologizing that I have not been posting a video every 2 weeks, and for that I am really very sorry. I am starting to see that there are people that are following my videos, which is great because that is the ultimate purpose of this, that people can watch these videos and make their own decisions. If they decide to go with the university, then they can learn from my own experiences. So for those of you that are following, I do apologize. It has been a while. I know my last video was September 15th, as my YouTube account says, and this is December 2nd, so that's quite a while since I've last posted. But I have gotten some questions, and I'd like to respond to those. Some people are asking, how is WGU, and what kind of services do they offer? How does that work, and is it working well? Well, I can say that this entire time since I've last posted my last video, I'm still in college algebra, that one course, and I've been struggling a lot. And eventually, everyone, you're going to hit a course where you really don't know anything and you have to learn a lot. And that's been me with college algebra. It's been a long time since I took an algebra course, high school in fact, and this is for a master's degree, so it's been a while. So I'm going to talk about the different resources that WGU does offer you to help you deal with these situations. WGU goes through a few different websites, a few different companies to help teach the content that they want to teach. My foremost favorite is one called Course Compass. And Course Compass does lots of different things for you. And this is related to math, at least as far as I see. I don't know how involved they are with other kinds of subjects. Maybe it works quite similar. I don't know. But this is in relation to college algebra. So if you're going for some kind of math major, this will apply to you a lot. But they do all sorts of things. They offer you an interactive textbook, which you have to be online for, and that's the one thing that really slowed me down, because when I was taking my science courses, I was just used to, okay, I'll download my textbook to my computer, and then in my free time I'll read the chapters on the areas that I struggle with, and that's how I passed science. For the math section, the textbook is interactive and it's online. You can't download it. You can't just take it with you if you want. You have to be online in some way. So that does limit mobility, unfortunately, a little bit. But with that, you get some awesome things. You get an interactive textbook, like I said, and what that means is that you read it like a regular textbook, but then you're gonna come to sections like in a regular textbook where it's like, what is the square root of this number, or what is 2 squared, that kind of stuff, and you'll click on I would like to solve these problems, and it will give you either that problem or a very similar problem, and you solve it, and if you don't, it will help you through it, and that's awesome. And if you feel that you maybe guessed or you want to do it again or something, you can click on a button that says similar exercise please, and it will give you a very similar problem, just numbers swapped around, maybe harder, maybe easier, and you do it as many times as you want, and that's pretty awesome. They also offer a section called track tutorials, and in track tutorials, as the website is loading here, I should have had this ready for the video, I'm sorry. But in track tutorials, you can click on different chapters in the book, or no, just different chapters in the book. Okay, so for example, I could click on chapter 2, functions and graphs, and then it will break it down from chapter 2.1 all the way to chapter 2.8. And so you can go into any section there and then say, okay, I want to do chapter 2.3, linear functions and slope. And it says, okay, there are 47 questions to work on. You can work on any one that you want. You can break it down into you can go from all objectives to, let's see, identifying slope and y-intercept and graph the line, that kind of stuff. And I don't want to go into all the details, but it's really quite nice. The track tutorials work that you can go to any chapter of the book, any section of that chapter, and work on those problems. And if you don't know how to deal with it, there's a little button still, again, help me solve this, and it'll break down the problem for you. Sometimes the baby steps are really small, and you're just saying, I just don't know the end part. Why are you walking me through the whole thing? But that's how you get to the end. So they just want to make sure you know. So that's the track tutorial section, and this is all, again, from Course Compass. The other great thing they offer are things called skill checks. So on the Course Compass website, you would go to the left column, which I'm at right now, and you click on skill checks. And skill checks, it's basically a series of very short quizzes, and these quizzes are usually 10, maybe 20 questions, and they give you a time limit. So it's like a real quiz. The only difference is this isn't for a grade per se, at least not for your actual grade. This is going to give you a score that you can use as a resource, and you can take these quizzes as many times as you want. There's infinite amount of times. Literally, like some of these, I take this quiz, it says 3 out of infinity. Okay, so that means these quizzes are more a source, they're more of a study tool rather than a source of stress, which is really awesome. So again, this is all from Course Compass, and I think they're a great company. I think WGU working with them is awesome. WGU also works through a company called ThinkWell, and that's also their website name. And ThinkWell is kind of similar. They give you a whole bunch of lectures by a professor named Ed Berger, and I don't know if it's his real name, but he kind of thinks of himself as a comedian, and he, his name is obviously meant to be a little bit humorous. So he's a little bit high pitched. He's a little bit annoying. He doesn't get right to the subject at hand sometimes, and that annoys me. But I can see how other people might like him. He's relaxed, and he's not very serious. But I personally, I'm not a big fan. I do learn some stuff from him, so that's great. And I watch all his video lectures that I need to watch, and he does have some pretty good example exercises, so that's awesome. So that's ThinkWell. And that's pretty much all I really do on that website is I watch his lectures and I do his examples, and then I go back to Course Compass and do the other things. I should also note that the interactive math textbook does offer you some video lectures by a man named John Ward, Professor John Ward, and I think he's awesome. He's very serious. He gets right to the subject. He usually deals with problems that personally in your head you're just like, that's scary. He'll be like, okay, let's look at this problem, and he'll break it down, and it makes a whole lot of sense after he's done. He's very calm and collected, and just very takes his time, but he gets right there, right to the heart of the issue. So those are some of the services that WGU offers. On a personal note, I also have been slower than I would have liked, and that is because I've been dealing with a rather personal issue, and that is my father's death. He died before I started at WGU, and but we're getting a holiday time, and so it's getting hard. But WGU does offer a service called Well Connect. It's called Well Connect Services, and what Well Connect does is basically, I don't know, a business. It's basically a service that recognizes that, hey, you're a person and you have needs, and some of those are childcare needs or financial help, or sometimes it's dealing with grieving. So eventually I did call the Well Connect services, and I did basically ask them for help, and they got me in touch with a counselor to talk to deal with this issue better, because it's hard. So that has been slowing me down. It's just a reality of life, but I feel it is worthwhile to mention that the service is there for people that need it, and that's pretty awesome. It's all covered by your tuition, and they offer a whole bunch of things. I'm just looking at their website. They offer counseling, like I mentioned. They offer budget and debt consultation. They offer legal consultation, new parent transition program, community referrals, again to people you may want to talk to your area. They also just offer services just by calling them. You want to talk to someone on the phone, that's fine. But I think it's pretty awesome that this is an online university, and they are all the way in Utah, which for me in Ohio, that's pretty far. But they do everything they can to make it like a campus where they offer you things that you can go and do things. So that's pretty much me right now. I am nearing the end of my math course, which is great because I'm also nearing the end of my term. My term ends at the end of December, and I'm now at the beginning of December, so I better be wrapping it up. I have been taking a long time, and that is unfortunate but expected. I hit a subject I really don't know anything about, and I'm just going through some, troubling personal struggle. So, you're going to have that. But I just want to note that WGU is being pretty awesome. Those are those are some of the services that they offer, and I hope you guys are finding this to be really helpful. I will keep trying to post as often as I can to update. Hopefully, again, every other week. If I'm a little behind, please forgive me. But again, if you guys keep having questions, go ahead, post on my YouTube. That's fine, and I will try to respond to them as quick as I can. But they have been pretty awesome. So for those of you who are looking into it, I really have no complaints. My mentor, who I talk to every week, she is great. She's so reassuring, and she gives me all the help I need. And then my professors in the subject, they've also been really, really great. So I have no complaints, and I'm really happy with what I have so far. So until next time, everyone take care, and happy holidays. Be safe.